11 Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
We got the nightcap here for you tonight in Houston, Texas, as the Houston Hyenas are going to take on the Tallahassee Pride for the 10 o'clock game live on 11 Sports. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. My name is Eric Benson alongside Dan Mitchell here in Houston. And Dan, we talked about this a little bit at the top of the show. And man, this is going to be a good one looking at the head-to-head between these two teams.
Yeah, personally, I'm going to be rooting for the underdog. Houston Hyenas, they're 2-6. They lost last time versus Tulsa, 10-45. Pride, on the other hand, are 7-2, where they won against New Orleans. You know, I'm expecting a good one. Houston has pulled an upset before on the Pride. Maybe we'll see if they can do it again. Really, Houston needs to stack up on their defense and hold off Pride. And they got someone like Christian Christensen, who's first in pass yards and second in touchdowns. You know they got a high-flying offense, but also have A.J. Francis on the ground ready to go.
Yes, sir. You know it, as we're getting a look at the coin toss right now. Tallahassee looks like they're going to kick things off, and Houston will receive the opening kickoff here on the other side. Kickoff is coming up next. Be sure to stay tuned. All right, and we've got the ball on the tee here in Houston. Richard Douglas waiting to kick off here to the Hyenas to start things off. Hand is in the air, and we're ready to go. Houston will field it at about the 10-yard line, bringing it up the field, right up the middle of the field, into some heavy traffic and down at the 30-yard line, where they will take over to start things off. Toby Giesland, the return man there, and Kentez Johnson, the third-year man for the Houston Hyenas, will come out to lead the troops here. And Dan, what to expect here from the Houston offense?
You know, when you got Kentez Johnson as your quarterback and Warren Murray coming out as your halfback with Leroy Brown, Toby Giesland, D.R. Sim, and Dante Woodson, both Toby Giesland and Dante Woodson coming out as new rookies, hoping to see some newer plays.
Yeah, 100%, as Warren Murray gets the first handoff here, and he'll go for 4 yards off tackle towards the far sideline there out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Warren Murray himself, so far on the season, 776 yards, averaging just under 5.0 yards per carry. He's got 4.9 with 5 touchdowns. Let's see what he can do.
2nd and 6 now. Another handoff of Warren Murray. He's got blockers down on the near sideline. He's got some room. Can he beat the last man on the defense? He will not. He'll finally get dragged down at the 33-yard line of Tallahassee. And just like that, they are in enemy territory. What a good couple of plays here by Warren Murray.
I mean, I understand why Houston wants to put it on the ground right now. The Pride do have Alex Bond, their strong safety, on the defense, who has the first most interceptions in the league right now, with a lot of people right under him, such as Sir Chappelle and a few others. So the air game's a little risky when you're going up against the Pride.
High formation this time for Houston. Warren Murray's going to get another touch here. Stiff arms the first defender and is eventually dragged down there by Bernard Gooden. We'll get a look at the Tallahassee defense here after highlighting Houston's offense. Hunter Norwood, Taquan Hale, and Kevin Bain all down there on the defensive line. J.R. Lawless, Succo Lomano, the linebackers there, along with Chris Young. Michael Sprouse, Bernard Gooden, we saw him, and Sir Chappelle and Alex Bond we talked about a little bit as well. 2nd and 4 now from the 27-yard line. Houston knocking on the door here in a hurry. Warren Murray with another touch, and he'll only get 1.5 yards on that play, 3rd down.
Yeah, the Pride have a very, very stacked defense. They're 2nd in passes or points allowed, my bad, so far this in the league. So, I mean, they got a lot to go up against. Houston does.
3rd and 3. Murray the single back. 3 wide receivers to work with. Murray's going to get another handoff, and he's going to get first down yardage. They're going to give him the forward progress there out across the first down marker. And that was Sacco Lamano, one of the new signings to this Tallahassee Pride defense.
Yeah, Succo Lomano, the week 7 signing, and we see Tallahassee throwing out that challenge, which I do understand. That was a very close call.
Yeah, that absolutely was. I'm not sure if he got the spot there. We're going to have to take a look. In real time, I didn't think that he got it here, Dan.
Neither did I. I really thought it was going to be down. The left foot may be on that spin.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be overturned.
Referee taking a long, hard look at this one. Let's see what the call is.
The call on the field is overturned. The Pride will not be charged with a timeout.
And Frank Gooden very happy along the Tallahassee Pride sideline as the ruling is overturned. It will not be a first down for Houston here. We'll have to see where they spot the ball, probably about maybe a half yard short. And that is where they spot it. It'll be 4th and inches here.
Yeah, 4th and inches. See what they do. So close.
A little surprised to see Houston's offense still on the field. We'll have to see if they run a play. Oh my gosh, they jumped off sides.
Oh my.
What was Tallahassee doing on this play?
They had all the time in the world and just no real worries. I would think, a lot of teams like to run this, 4th down play, trying to jump them off sides. I was not expecting someone like Tallahassee to fall for it. Maybe they're a little bit too overconfident right now up against the Hyenas, and now they're on the 18. They're in the red zone on 1st down.
Wow. That was a mistake I was not anticipating. I'm with you, Dan. Not from the Pride here. As they advance the sticks here for Houston, just give him a free first down. And Warren Murray has plenty of room, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Some amazing blockers. Warren Murray waiting for his blockers to give him what he needed, opening up the perfect pass so he could go unimpeded right into the end zone. And now Houston has a very early lead up against the Tallahassee Pride. Something I don't think anyone was really expecting to see, but I'm real happy to see.
Man, and that was the Warren Murray show as well. I don't think that they went to anyone else on that drive, unless you count Hunter Norwood jumping off sides there to give them the first down. But man, oh man, he was looking very, very good on that drive.
Yeah, no, Warren Murray showing some great play awareness, just knowing what he had to do, and stiff-armed a few good Tallahassee Pride defenders.
So just like that, Houston's on the board, 7-0 here at home against the 7-2 Pride. Houston doing their best to stay afloat here as we near the final weeks of the SFL regular season. Tallahassee firmly in the playoff race. We'll get a look at the playoff teams a little bit later on here. But man, Houston doing everything they can to stay alive, and they're looking good so far.
Yeah, no, if they start out like that and Tallahassee does not adjust against this Warren Murray game, I don't know what they're going to do.
And Hunter Jones, the return man for the Pride, as they will get their first crack at the ball starting at the 34-yard line. So a little surprising start here for the Hyenas as they strike first, but Tallahassee has the upper hand, at least as far as offense goes here, Dan.
Oh, yeah, we have to see if Houston's defense can keep up with their offense, though, and shut down this high-flying offense that Pride has.
1st and 10 from the 34. Christian Christensen, the quarterback for the Pride, as he throws to the far sideline, has it complete for 6 yards. And that was Grayson Willis stepping out of bounds there.
Yeah, Grayson Willis, probably the star wide receiver that Christian Christensen loves to go to. 754 yards with 10.3 yards per reception on average and 6 touchdowns.
And Damon Simeon hoping to return the favor here to Frank Gooden as he throws the challenge flag, as he was not entirely convinced that Willis got his foot in bounds.
I think that was in right there.
And I tend to agree.
After review, the play stands. The pass was complete. The catch was
And the pass was complete, so Houston will lose a timeout on the challenge there. As Damon Simeon again trying to get Frank Gooden back a little bit for that initial challenge on the last possession, but to no avail. So only 2 timeouts remaining for Houston for the rest of the half here as Christian Christensen comes up to the line. He's got AJ Francis in the backfield, Hunter Jones and Grayson Willis. We've seen them both, excuse me. Ken Gossett, the other wide receiver, and Jack Wall, the week 8 signing, is a tight end. So first down, slinging it out towards the near sideline, and that is Grayson Willis again. Sorry, that was second down as Grayson Willis converts the first down out across the first down marker.
Yeah, they're really showing that Willis can go both that out route and then to that slant he just pulled. But I mean, they have plenty of tools they can use in this game. I mean, between their 3 wide receivers, the week 8 signing tight end, and you can never forget about AJ Francis.
Christensen wide open towards the top of the screen there, and falling down is Ken Gossett. If the ball was thrown maybe just a little bit out in front of him, he had plenty of space to run there, Dan.
Oh, yeah, he could have easily picked up first down and maybe then some. Speaking of Ken Gossett, while Grayson Willis has more touchdowns, Ken Gossett has a good chunk more yardage than him with 1,017 yards so far on the season.
Always helps to have a 1,000-yard receiver in your repertoire of weapons, as AJ Francis gets his first touch and some nifty moves coming out of the backfield on the pass, and he will get into Houston territory down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, now we're seeing where the Pride really come to shine, using all of their tools available in their tool chest. You know, they're going from Grayson Willis to Ken Gossett, and now out to AJ Francis for a nice swing. You can just sort of maybe stiff arm, pull some spins, and just push everyone out of the way. And they're approaching this Houston red zone real quick.
7 minutes to go here in the first. Christensen to throw near sideline, caught. And no, they're going to mark that as an incomplete pass. I thought he got his foot in bounds. Hunter Jones there, the intended receiver, but is marked as an incompletion, second down.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything's real close right now, Eric. It seems like they're going off far to the sides and they're playing a real close game, but making it interesting for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Exactly 7 minutes to go here now in the first frame of action. AJ Francis, the single back, Christensen under center. Houston stacking the box, Christensen to throw, quick pass down the near sideline. That time it's caught only for a gain of 3, and that was Ken Gossett there on the reception.
Yeah, we saw the little bit of tip taps from the 5-season veteran. He's been with the Pride since his start, and it really shows, you know, he's been playing with them. He knows exactly what he has to do with Christensen, and he's got just wide receiver veterancy in the entire league.
So 3rd and long here. 3 wide outs towards the bottom of the screen. Christensen, quick drop, quick throw, and he's got a first down.
Right back out to Grayson Willis. They're throwing some interesting things right here, Eric. That was looked to be real low. You know, he had to really scoop that one up from under him. Brought down by 4 different defenders right afterward.
An impressive throw there to kind of thread the needle and get it to Grayson Willis on that play. I'm with you, though, Dan. That we've seen some interesting plays, some interesting drives so far here. One for each team, this being the first one for Tallahassee, as they are now in the SFL red zone at the 20-yard line. Another throw here for Christensen, and he connects with Hunter Jones there. They're going to go a little hurry up. Second and 4, Christensen steps up, throws, and almost intercepted there, knocked away by BJ Lovelace. Makes it 3rd and 4. Christensen again, another quick pass, and again, another first down. Hunter Jones makes it 1st and goal as he's nailed at the 6-yard line. Continuing to hurry up, Christensen to throw, checks it down to AJ Francis, who's got nowhere to go, and Houston will bottle him up in the backfield. Second and goal, Christensen throws it over the middle, tipped up in the air, and it picked off going the other way.
Wow! wanted to say anyway, but they kept going, hurry up. Even even on a dropped pass when the clock was stopped. I think they were trying to throw Houston off their bonkers or something. I mean, they were trying to just get around them.
And to no avail. So our first turnover of the game, right off of a Tallahassee Pride drive. Houston with the ball, up 7-0. Come on right back. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live at 11 Sports. So on the tail end of the Anthony Wayo interception, Houston with another opportunity at the football, and it is still the Warren Murray show as he gets another touch, this time a handoff for 4 yards out to the 11.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anything like last drive, Eric, you can see a lot of Warren Murray.
100%, and you could be out there with the rest of the players. It's our hashtag from couch to field movement. Visit simulationfl.net, join our Discord server. Checking in increases your player value. You can check in every Tuesday or Wednesday. You could be out there on the field by Wednesday, and Kentez Johnson is going to go down as he was trying to avoid pressure, could not do it, and the Tallahassee Pride defense get in there and mark him down at the 2.
I'm surprised they marked him down at the 2, if anything. I thought he was a bit further back, but we'll have to see it. The 3rd and 15 they're going at now.
Charles Dunbar with the sack there makes it 3rd and forever. Johnson to throw, pressure's coming. He's going to throw to the far sideline, caught, but it's going to be short of the first down marker. That's the Hall of Famer D.R. Sim with his first catch, and Houston is going to go 3 and out.
Yeah, D.R. Sim, he's been with Houston for 8 seasons, and I mean, it's a shame first time we see him so far this game is when they're near impossible. Nice catch, nice throw, but it was just so far back, there was nothing they could do about it.
So a good response by the Tallahassee defense to make sure that turnover there did not bite them in the butt. Good punt, good hang time. Fielded it around midfield, and Tallahassee will have great starting field position, courtesy of Hunter Jones getting a few yards on that play. We'll get to the Houston defense here pretty quickly as Tallahassee likes to hurry things up a bit. Chad tackle, Mike Fats Johnson, the 2 defensive tackles for Houston. B.J. Lovelace, Rodney Panani, the linebackers. Aiden Davis, Everett Garrison, the corners. Eddie Gage and Anthony Wayo. We saw him on the interception earlier. 1st and 10, Christensen, pressure coming, throws it over the middle and completes for a gain of 4. He was barely able to get that football off to Grayson Willis before he was crunched in the backfield.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of production right now coming out of the Hyenas defense. I mean, they got that nice turnover with the interception, and now we have to see Tallahassee, they're at a very nice field position, plenty of room to move with plenty of targets to go to. Let's see if they really put it back down there without anything happening again.
See what they do here. Christensen, short drop. He's going to throw it deep, and he's got a man behind the defense, and no one's going to touch him. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Hunter Jones.
Hunter Jones's 4th touchdown of the season, coming out big, just coming out right behind the defense. As you were saying, Eric, there was really no one on him at all. I guess just you could see 35 coming out from behind, Anthony Wayo trying to catch up to him, but Hunter Jones was out there.
Yeah, I did not see what caused Wayo to kind of bite down on the play there, but as soon as he bit, Hunter Jones was off to the races, and kudos to Christensen for recognizing it, as it's just a simple pitch and catch at that point.
Yeah, this is some very early scoring by both teams. Was not expecting this much of a just offensive play going out in this game completely.
Richard Douglas with the extra point, up and through, ties the ball game up at 7 here in Houston. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. Don't you go anywhere, because we've got a great football game coming up. 3:29 left to go here in the first. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. Man, I hope no one was ready to go to bed yet because we got some fireworks here in Houston. Tie ball game 7-7 here with the Houston Hyenas and the Tallahassee Pride. Just under 3.5 minutes to go here in the opening frame as Houston will now get another crack at it as they will set up shop at the 31-yard line. So Dan, going into the break, he said we weren't necessarily expecting this, and I tend to agree with you. Houston, at least from Houston, Tallahassee, they can definitely put some points on the board, but Houston will struggle at times.
Yeah, no, Tallahassee was second in points allowed for the league, and Houston, I mean, they're at 7th for points allowed in the league, and both teams are going fast and going hard.
Johnson to throw. He's got a man deep. That's caught down across midfield, and that is the Hall of Famer DR Sim with another catch as he makes his way into Pride territory. 1st and 10.
You know, it takes a real set of kahunas to throw that deep right there in Tallahassee's face when you have all of those Sir Chappelle and Alex Bond, as well as the two corners, sort of watching that. They will pick off any ball given to them, and Houston's showing no fear at all.
Now, a heck of a dime there by Kentez Johnston, getting it there to DR Sim, and a quick chunk play there, moving into opponent territory down at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Johnson to throw. He's going to go far sideline there this time, and that is DR Sim once again with a catch, gain of 3 yards. 2nd down.
Yeah, I mean, DR Sim has 667 yards on the season, averaging 19.1 per reception with 5 touchdowns. They throw it to him, and they throw it deep. He's making up some big catches throughout the season.
In the gun this time, Warren Murray side card left. 2 wideouts towards the top of the screen. Going opposite end is Johnson, and plenty of room here is the tight end, and makes his way down to the 31-yard line for a good gain. Randy gathers there on the 1st down reception.
Yeah, it really seems like Houston's opening up their playbook. You know, they had that first great drive with Warren Murray, and that second drive that really didn't go anywhere, but now they're just opening up, throwing with really no fear, but also getting around. Let's see if they get Warren Murray involved as well this drive.
Three receivers bunched towards the top of the screen. Johnson to throw again. Pressure's coming. Stays cool in the pocket. Throws and is complete. Another 1st down out to Big Bad Leroy Brown, the former New Orleans Pharaoh, getting in there and making the catch.
Yeah, Leroy Brown, the other veteran receiver, you know, he's just under everything with Leroy Brown. Actually has just over with yardage, 679 yards with 15.1 yards per reception, 3 touchdowns. So we got 2 very good veteran receivers on the Houston Hyenas.
We're into the SFL red zone we go. Warren Murray with a handoff. Good spin move there. Gets out of the tackler and gets gang tackled at the 13-yard line. Good play there by Hunter Norwood and company to get him down.
Yeah, Warren Murray getting that forward progression, getting 4 yards on the 1st down, which is always a good amount when you're just trying to, you know, feel around the field. They're at the 13. They're in the red zone. This is moving very fast for the Hyenas.
2nd and 6. Press coverage coming from the Pride. Pressure coming. Johnson on the run will throw, and it's complete for another 1st down at the 3-yard line as he completes it out to Barry Bergens, one of the extra wide receivers in there on the play.
Yeah, Kentez Johnson showing great presence and awareness in the pocket. You know, he was about to be sacked, really moving around all the defenders coming on him, and now they're at the 3.
Knocking on the door again. 1st and goal. Handoff to Warren Murray, who has no problem getting into the end zone again. Touchdown, Houston.
Eric, this is very exciting. You know, Houston's coming up. They're coming big. They're using each player to the full advantage. You know, they really look like they were taking what the Pride are doing, you know, using all their players to their full potential. And that's what Houston's doing right now. And it's showing. I mean, 14 pending the extra point, already going this high up in the 1st quarter. It's an exciting game so far.
Back and forth, Dan. And, you know, we kind of anticipated this type of game, but I'm not necessarily sure that we anticipated it from an offensive standpoint, maybe more from a defensive standpoint than anything else, as both of these teams very good defensively. Kick is up and through by Matthew Flynn, one of the new signees to this Houston Hyenas squad. As we get a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule here on 11 Sports, Sioux Falls and Mexico City will do battle tomorrow night. That's Andy Hamilton and Eddie Gage on the call. And then Chicago and Queen City will wrap things up here in week 10 as Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson will have the call there. Both those games going to be on the 11 Sports Network, so stay tuned to that. Tallahassee fields the kick and will bring it up the field out to the 27-yard line, where they'll have 43 seconds to work with before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you know they're high flying already, as we saw earlier, so you know they have plenty of time and plenty of space to work with. And we got to see if the Tallahassee Pride can respond just as quickly as Houston did, because this is turning into a real shootout.
Yeah, Tallahassee not struggling to keep up yet, but man, I'm sure they're kind of thinking that on the sideline, like, whoo, man, we got to go out here and guns blazing again. Christensen to throw, and he's got Gossett on the far sideline, and that's caught, the fifth-year man, with a gain of 4 on the play. And Dan, what do you think Tallahassee is kind of thinking here? I know what I'm thinking they're thinking, but what about you?
You know, I think that they're going to throw it deep. I mean, there's just not as much coverage I think the Hyenas have in their backfield. I mean, they have Anthony Wyo, who's definitely not someone you want to mess with, but I think they're going to throw it deep, or they're going to check it out to AJ Francis.
And certainly don't want to mess with the Hall of Famer two scoops Eddie Gage back there as well. Christensen going to air it out, though, into coverage and incomplete. And that was the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage getting up there and tipping the ball away.
Yeah, Eddie Gage already on the season with 3 interceptions. So, I mean, he's just trying to add up to his numbers right now. And it seems like Tallahassee's playing a dangerous game if they go in the backfield, contrary to what I just said.
That brings up a 3rd and 6 here. Houston on their feet. 3 wideouts to work with here for Tallahassee. Christensen, pressure coming quickly, and he quickly gets rid of the football. And another quick first down for Hunter Jones as they move the sticks out to the 38.
Yeah, I mean, they were going so much hurry up earlier, and now I think they're just going to let the clock run out and go into the second.
Man, what an exciting first quarter of action. Houston with the early lead here as we reach the end of the first quarter. 14-7 your score. Hyenas over the Pride. Come on back on the other side of the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. And brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL. And by MediaTek Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. That's AIRVUZ.com. Eric Benson alongside Dan Mitchell here in Houston, Texas. And we've got a good one so far here, partner. 14-7 the score in favor of the Hyenas. Tallahassee with another crack at the ball here as they've got a 1st and 10 from the 38. Christensen, another quick throw and incomplete pass there. I'm not sure if the receiver was ready for it as Vander Esch knocks it down, and 2nd down's coming up.
Yeah, it really seemed like the Houston defense bunched up real quick on that play, and it just had nowhere for that ball to go, putting it down for the incompletion. Now they're 2nd and 10.
Two backs in the backfield for Christensen. He's got 2 wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen. Christensen sidearms it over to A.J. Francis coming out of the backfield, and he couldn't quite turn the corner as he will be marked out of bounds at the 38 for no gain. 3rd down coming up.
It seems like Tallahassee's going for it, but Houston's shutting them down right now in this 3rd and 10. I mean, they got to air it out, I would think, and go for something maybe just a little bit longer, 15-yard, just nice, good dot, but we'll have to see.
4 wideouts this time for Christensen. Under center, A.J. Francis, the single back offset. Christensen to throw. Has time. He'll check it down to Francis, who goes absolutely nowhere. Great defense there by the Hyenas as he goes for no gain. 4th down coming up now for Tallahassee. And all the momentum there, Dan, seemed to have just sputtered out as soon as we came back from the 2nd quarter break.
Yeah, I don't know if Tallahassee just had some issues, if Houston just ramped up their defense. They were really calling some nice plays to go against everything Tallahassee was throwing at them. Now they're punting it away. We'll have to see if Houston's offense keeps up just how they were going in the 1st quarter.
Howard McCoy with the punt there and fielded by Toby Gieslin as he runs up the field to the 27-yard line where Houston will take over once again. And here's a look at this week's signings. Tallahassee has a brand new linebacker. That's linebacker Chris Young that we mentioned earlier. Number 49 out there on defense. So you can be right out there on defense as well, or offense, or anything really. Be sure to check out our website, simulationfl.net, for more details. You can join our Discord server, and you can go for hashtag from couch to field as Kentez Johnson throws an interception. And that is intercepted by another one of our hashtag from couch to field signings, Sacco Lamano, one of the week 7 signings.
Yeah, it's showing up that even if you're a rookie and even if you're an inside linebacker, you can still catch that ball. And that was just a little mess right there that Kentez Johnson really threw that into. There was the 2 defenders and the 1 receiver, and it just got bobbled up right there. And Tim Tallahassee came back out with that ball, and they're knocking on the Houston red zone already.
A bit of a head scratcher there as far as the throw is concerned. I'm not sure why he was throwing the football there as Christensen threads a needle there, and he's got a 1st down to the 4-yard line, and that's going to be 1st and goal courtesy of Grayson Willis.
Yeah, that's what we're expecting more to see out of the Tallahassee Pride. Not that 3 and out that we just saw, but something like this. A nice, good little down the field pass and throw. 2 defenders, doesn't matter. Gonna dot it right there to Grayson Willis.
Yeah, in between Aiden Davis and the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage there on the throw. So it ends up being a 1st and goal now from the 4. Can Tallahassee capitalize on the turnover? Throw out to the back, close to the goal line, and they are going to mark him just shy of the touchdown, and they'll mark him right at the goal line. What a play there by the Houston defense. Julius Williams coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, that was a huge stop. I'm really surprised after what we saw earlier that another challenge isn't coming up. I guess they don't want to even chance it.
Still a couple more opportunities for Tallahassee. We'll see if they can punch it in here. Throws into the end zone and incomplete. Couldn't quite reel in the catch. There as Ken Gossett was the intended receiver. It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the goal line.
Yeah, and Eddie Gage was standing right there as the ball was dropped. I really thought he may have had a chance to go for it, and would have had a little bit of deja vu if we saw another interception back in the end zone.
So now 3rd down. Christensen under center. A.J. Francis, the back in the backfield. He'll sling it towards the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Tallahassee, as they've evened things up here, courtesy of Ken Gossett.
Yep. I'm not surprised right there. Ken Gossett now has 5 touchdowns right now in the season. And I mean, I'm still surprised what they're doing. I mean, they have A.J. Francis, but that nice little sidearm right there to Ken Gossett really just evens it up pending the extra point, and we're seeing much more of a shootout, as we were saying earlier, Eric, than I think either was expected.
Yeah, absolutely. And BJ Loveless getting sucked in a little bit there on that play. Opened up Gossett in the back of the end zone there, and the nifty little sidearm throw from Christensen. Extra point up and through from Richard Douglas. So we do have a tie ball game once again here in Houston, 14 all, with 8:52 left to go in the first half. Come on back on the other side of the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. So Tallahassee evening things up here with the hometown Hyenas, who are doing their best to keep themselves relevant, in the playoff chase as we near the end of the regular season here in the Simulation Football League. Tallahassee firmly in place as one of the top records in the league at 7-2. Houston going to take over from the 31-yard line following the kick return.
Yeah, right now Tallahassee's really just fighting for seating position. Houston's fighting to stay alive, and you see Houston's very hungry. And I mean, they're going at it. You see Warren Murray's stats right there: 8 carries, 70 yards, 8.8 averaging. That's nothing to scoff at in the second quarter of the game.
Yeah, 100%. And they're going to continue feeding that man as well. Johnson to throw. He's going to throw towards the near sideline. Caught. And that's going to be a good chunk of 5 on first down. The pass was caught by Dante Woodson, one of the new signees to this Hyena offense.
Yeah, the Week 7 signing rookie. You know, they have both a wide receiver Week 8 signing and a tight end Week 7 signing. You really see that Houston's trying to open up their offense.
2nd and 5 now. Handoff to Warren Murray. A nice spin move. Another good spin move. Gets him the extra yardage he needs out across the 40-yard line to the 41 for a first down.
Yeah, picking up just enough for that first down. And that's what really matters when you're pulling out that halfback right there. And now we get them seeing with a new set of downs as they're getting ever closer once again.
Get a look at Hunter Norwood, 6'2", 325, his 4th season with the Pride, as Warren Murray gets another good handoff, and he'll trot out to the 46-yard line for a gain of 4.
Yeah, Eric, we may be seeing more of the Warren Murray show as we saw on the first drive. And I mean, he's making some real moves. He had only really one big stiff arm, but he's loving this spin. It's getting him around at least enough for the first down.
And Warren Murray is riled up. He's ready to go, man. After that first drive where they literally just fed him the entire way, he's wanting to see more of that football. 2nd and 6, and he'll get more right here. And man, what a hit by the Tallahassee Pride defense, knocking him down right at the 48-yard line. That was J.R. Lawless knocking in there. 6'6" and 240 for a linebacker.
He's a big boy, Eric. He's a real big boy.
That is a big dude.
I think the only one taller on the Tallahassee Pride is Jack Wall, the 6'7" tight end.
Oof. 3rd and 3, pressure up the middle, and still able to get the first down is Warren Murray, still churning his legs out to the Tallahassee 44-yard line. What a play by Houston, even though they got tons of pressure and penetration by the Tallahassee Pride defensive line.
Yeah, seeing this replay, if I remember right, yeah, Warren Murray sort of just like does a little nice hurdle over people, just enough, and gets to that first down marker, gets a few extra yards, and is dragging the defenders with him. You know, he's showing that he's hungry for this ball.
There was no reason that Warren Murray should have gotten anything positive on that play, let alone a first down. And that's exactly what he did there. Is Houston continuing to show that they want this football game here tonight. 14-all here in the early goings as Warren Murray gets another handoff, splits a defender, and he'll get down at the 34-yard line, getting tackled by a couple Pride defenders. And man, he's getting close to that century mark already here, Dan.
Yeah, Warren Murray, once again, go back to heights. He's 6'2" and 218 pounds. He's really not the biggest dude on the field by any means. And he's just sort of pulling defenders with him, dropping them as they go, picking up first down after first down. He's really putting something nice out there.
Tallahassee showing blitz. 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll back out. Johnson's going to check it down. Nice spin move there to avoid the defender, and still gets away from another as he'll get forward progress across the first down marker to the 23-yard line. Warren Murray is putting on a show tonight here, folks.
It's about to say, Eric, this is the Warren Murray show. You saw a beautiful spin by him, which, I mean, normally a spin gets you through maybe just outside, or you get it just knocking off the defender. That was all the way around him in a nice pirouette, and then sprints for the first down.
Clock creeps closer to 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 23. Johnson to throw this time, and well defended by the Pride on that play as they were looking for one of the extra receivers, Barry Bergens, once again.
Yeah, it seemed like, I guess the Pride were ready for them to mix it up, had some nice man coverage going on, and just deflected the ball right down there.
So 2nd and 10 now. 4 down linemen for the Pride. 2 backs in the backfield for Houston. Johnson to throw. He's going to throw near sideline here, and that's caught by DR Sim as he'll waltz out of bounds at the 16-yard line into the SFL red zone. 3rd and short coming up here.
Yeah, DR Sim just couldn't turn enough. I mean, he was very close to turn up for that first down. He would have had room, but he went out. But they're in the red zone. They're in field goal coverage. I'd honestly just give it to Murray and try to keep moving it up. Has a half-decent chance right now of getting that first down with current yardage.
And instead, they're going to go empty here as Johnson's in the gun. Tallahassee stacking the box here in this 3rd and 3. Pressure's coming. Kentez throws it and could have been picked off going the other way. Instead, it falls incomplete. It was looking for the Hall of Famer once again, and that's going to bring up 4th down for Houston.
Yeah, I mean, right now, though, points are points, but this could come back to bite them. Definitely if Tallahassee gets another good drive going. We'll have to see what happens with a 26-yard kick. I'm a little bit off.
A little off. 33, 34, something like that.
I'm bad with math, Eric.
Yeah, that's why we're up here in the booth. I've just done that enough times. Kick is up on the way, and it is through. They'll mark it from 32, and Houston retakes the lead as they are up 17-14 here at home. As we get another look here at the kick.
All right. Houston going up only by 3, though, this time. Not another real big score. We have to see if Tallahassee can really get stumped again, or if I want to see them bomb it out, because that's what they've been doing, what they're great at. It seemed like Houston really was shutting down A.J. Francis when he was trying to get around, and stopping him at the line, too, nonetheless.
Yeah, A.J. Francis has been ineffective so far here tonight. We will have to see if they air it out here or not, as Hunter Jones gets a return out to the 28-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop. What do you think Tallahassee does need to do? Do you think they need to air it out more? Or do you think they need to get A.J. Francis involved a little bit more?
I mean, I would say first play, get A.J. Francis involved. After that, works out or not, I just start not bombing it, but maybe get some nice slants down there. You know, you got your new tight end, and you have two great wide receivers, as well as Hunter Jones coming out there, who's not shabby himself.
Christensen throws it far sideline and has his man, as he'll get a good chunk of 6 yards. That's Grayson Willis there, as he's got 55 yards on 6 catches tonight.
Yeah, Grayson Willis already adding on to his 754 yards on the season. You know, Tallahassee, let's see if they can mix it up. I mean, they have all the tools they need, just got to put them to use.
Christensen under center this time. Francis the single back. He's going to throw it to the far sideline, and that's caught. Able to turn upfield was Ken Gossett, and he got just enough for the first down. What a play there by the Wiley wide receiver.
Yeah, no, he was pushing on through the 6'4", 220 wide receiver. You know, he got just enough, which right now I think Tallahassee will take just enough no matter what.
2 backs this time in the backfield while Christensen is in the gun. He's going to air it out deep into coverage and caught. That is Grayson Willis getting stood up right around the 40-yard line, and another dime from Christensen.
Eric, that's what we normally are seeing out of Tallahassee. I'm surprised we haven't been seeing it as much, but they still have it in them. Thrown out there as Grayson Willis just jumps, and, you know, the defender didn't have really any chance to grab that ball away from him.
Now, poor positioning there by the defensive back. It was Anthony Wayo out there in coverage, but I'm not sure if he was covering him the whole way or just kind of cleaning up since he's coming up from his safety position. Either way, good pitch and catch there for Tallahassee as they move into Houston territory here at the 40-yard line. Another quick pass from Christensen, and he's got his man out to the 34-yard line, gain of 6.
Yeah, it's Ken Gossett once again. You know, they're really switching in between Grayson Willis and Ken Gossett, and then getting Hunter Jones involved as well just to mix things up. I mean, I'm surprised you haven't seen more AJ Francis besides just that little bit. I want to see him check it out a bit and maybe just. No, they got a lot of stuff they can do.
Christensen, another deep drop. He's going to throw a far near sideline this time, and it's caught for another first down. Grayson Willis with another catch, and Tallahassee is just taking what Houston has given them here.
Yeah, they're playing it safe. They're just getting enough yardage besides that one real nice catch. I mean, it's working out for them. They're knocking on the red zone. If they keep doing this, putting them down the field, and it's burning clock, which later in the game could really come back and help them out.
Yeah, 100%. Getting close to that 2-minute warning here in Houston. 1st and 10 now for Tallahassee. Francis, the offset single back. Christensen going to throw. Pressure's coming, and he's going to go down. Houston getting to him in the backfield for a sack, and a great play there by the defensive front as Randy Gregory and company are eating back there.
Oh, yeah, they're eating, and they're eating big. I mean, Christensen doesn't get sacked that much. He normally has his line to cover him out. But, you know, Houston's been knocking on him this entire time, so good on them for finally breaking it.
Impressive game so far as we've hit the 2-minute warning here in Houston. The Hyenas on top by 3, but Tallahassee's driving. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. Back here in Houston, Texas, on the other side of the 2-minute warning, Tallahassee driving, trying to get some points on the board, tie or take the lead here before the half as Grayson Willis gets another catch, and he'll get knocked down at the 26-yard line. 3rd and long coming up here for Tallahassee.
I mean, Eric, we know they have it in them, so it's just a big thing to see if they do it or not. I'm thinking something out to Grayson Wilson. Ooh, my bad.
Clock continuing to run, 90 seconds to go here in the half. Christensen sidearms it, and he's got his man for another first down. Hunter Jones this time getting the first down out across the 15 to the 12.
Yeah, that was a real nasty sidearm right there, Eric. Right down to Hunter Jones. That was some speed on that one.
That was some Texas slinging action there, which I'm sure plenty of these Houston folks have seen. And man, oh man, what a hit there at the line of scrimmage. Rodney Panani with the big stop. 2nd and 9 now for Tallahassee. They go no huddle. AJ Francis with another touch. Spin move, and he'll get dragged down at the 6-yard line. Tallahassee still going no huddle. They have 3 timeouts to work with. Houston with 2. 3rd and 5 now. Christensen, quick pass into the end zone. Touchdown Tallahassee. They retake the lead.
I mean, there it is. They were running that real nice no huddle. I mean, I think they were just trying to throw Houston just off their game, and Houston couldn't set up. They're throwing it to their backup tight end. They're just throwing everything they have out there, working out for the wide open tight end, throwing him in the backfield, just adding more points, and now Tallahassee taking the lead.
And that was pretty much what happened the last time as well. The defense just kind of getting lost on the touchdown pass to Gossett in the back of the end zone. Similar here on Stackhouse's touchdown catch, as no one was really covering him, and he was wide open towards the near sideline here. A boot is up and through from Richard Douglas, as they are now on top 21-17.
Yeah, and we're going right into this halftime. We got 40 seconds left to see if Houston can do anything. And I mean, they've been moving, and we'll have to see if they can move fast enough, or else we're just going to go into the halftime.
And we'll get the scoreboard adjusted here in a hot second. Got to reach out to the stats truck to get that adjusted there. Fielded at about the 10-yard line. Houston bringing it up the field and down at the 26-yard line. They'll have 36 seconds to work with, 2 timeouts. Do you think they're going to just kind of rest up here, lick their wounds, go into the half, or do you think they're going to bomb it out here a little bit?
I mean, we really haven't seen much of bad Leroy Brown, so maybe, Eric, I think they give it to him.
Run up the middle of the field to Warren Murray, and he gets tackled at the 32. Houston running a little no huddle here. 25 seconds to go. Kentez in trouble. He's going to sling it out to Murray, who's all alone on the far sideline there. He's got plenty of room to run. Eventually gets ushered out of bounds by Sir Chappelle. But man, oh man, who the heck was covering Warren Murray?
No one, Eric. He went out there. I don't even think he got any. Oh, he got one great block by number 72. But I didn't even see those defenders down the field from our camera angle, and I thought he was wide open. But, I mean, that was still some great yardage he picked up. I mean, even if they just get close enough just to get a field goal, let's put them down by 1 point then. I mean, points are points.
Points are points, absolutely, and especially when you're coming into this matchup 2-6 against the Tallahassee Pride team, 7-2, and man, oh man, they are one of the top teams in the SFL very clearly. Is Houston still taking their time here, burning a lot of clock. Another catch and another big hit there over the middle, just enough time to burn their second timeout, as they will have 1 remaining with 2 seconds left to go here as we get a look at Coach Damon Simeon.
Yeah, they're at the 33. They got just enough time for 1 play to go at it. What do you think they're going to do, Eric?
Well, a 50-yard field goal would be a stretch. It would not surprise me to see them trot the field goal kicker out there, but and in fact, that is exactly what we're going to see. Going to try and get 3 points on the board and narrow the gap to just 1. This is from 50 yards. It is up, and it is no good. Looked like they pushed it to the right there, so Houston comes up empty on that final drive as we get another look here. Yeah, it looked like it had enough distance there, but just pushed it.
Yeah, just off to the side.
So 21-17, your score as we head into the locker rooms. Tallahassee with a 4-point lead and looking pretty good. Actually, both teams looking very, very good. This was not the type of ball game we were necessarily anticipating. Maybe a bit more of a defensive battle here, Dan.
Oh yeah, no, they've been throwing it out a lot more than I think we thought they would. I mean, Houston showing up They had their first great drive. We're seeing the stats come up, up by 70 for passing yards by the Pride. Warren Murray showing up big for running side on Houston Hyenas. The defense has really shut down AJ Francis. Total yards only off by 30. I mean, they're coming up and they're coming up big. We're seeing both teams are getting, they're just showing up big. We're seeing sacks, we're seeing interceptions. This game's really got everything, Eric. And I think if Houston mixes up, Warren Murray definitely in the first drive and coming up the route, he has so much potential in this game. We're seeing that great interception from earlier in the game, but nothing really came out of it. Eric, I think this game's still very much up in the air. Only a 4-point difference right now between the Pride and the Hyenas.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, the only thing that's really jumping out at me is the rushing attack. And you pointed this out already, Dan, but man, AJ Francis has just not been a factor at all in this ball game. Time of possession, really even. Both teams with one turnover. Sacks are coming in from both sides. One sack from Tallahassee, one sack from Houston. So there's really nothing that's jumping out and making a huge difference between these two teams other than maybe the rushing attack. And Tallahassee still has a 4-point advantage, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think it's going to really come down to that tiny little details at the end of this game. Maybe if there's another turnover, I think that could be a huge difference maker. Or if Warren Murray gets another big rushing play like he's shown so far, I think that could just be the complete difference in this game. Or maybe if one team, as we had earlier, Houston only got a field goal, but Tallahassee got that touchdown, that could be the difference by the end of this game.
And you said it, Dan, and there's just been plenty of plays on both sides of the equation here. Both teams just putting up great numbers and great plays, even down to the final play of the half here. So we get a look at this play blew my mind here, Dan. I could not believe, first of all, the rainbow pass to Warren Murray, and then the fact that no one was out there to cover him.
Yeah, no, it was crazy wicked.
Eric Vincent alongside Dan Mitchell here in Houston, Texas. Houston got the football to start things off, so they will go ahead and kick it away to the Pride, who have a 4-point advantage on them already. 21-17 your scores, you see down at the bottom of the screen. Hand is in the air, and we're ready to go here in the second half. Hunter Jones with another return from the 10-yard line. Spin move as he avoids several defenders, and a good return out to the 34-yard line where Tallahassee will take over. And Dan, we talked about how AJ Francis has just not been a factor, but honestly, I don't necessarily think that they need to do anything differently on offense.
No, I mean, their offense has been working out. Give AJ the Francis ball every once in a while just to mix it up. Maybe he will have a breakout, and we just haven't seen it yet. But, I mean, Grayson Willis, Ken Gossett, and Hunter Jones coming in big, too. Can't forget about that rookie tight end, Jack Wall. So, I mean, they got everything.
Christensen to throw. Quick throw over the middle of the field and powers ahead to the first down marker. They're gonna go ahead and give it to him. Progress. That's Trevor Swain with his first catch of the ball game.
Yeah, we're seeing already first play of the second half. First down from Tallahassee, one throw, one first down. They got it.
Houston stacking the box here. They're anticipating a run of some type, but Christensen's going to air it out and into coverage. It's incomplete. I'm not sure who he was looking for on the play, but Van Der Esch gets in there and knocks the ball down.
Yeah, Eric, you were just saying they were stacking that box super hard, but they still pulled back quickly, and he knocked the ball down. I don't know what Christensen was really going for right there, but the ball was low enough really for anyone to get their hands on it.
Brings up second down from the 44. AJ Francis, the single back. Christensen under center. Short drop. He's going to sling it out to Francis, who's got two defenders on him, and they will usher him out of bounds right at the midfield stripe. Good play there by Everett Garrison along with Rodney Panani.
It seems like the only time we've really seen AJ Francis get anything is on that swing pass, just coming out to the side and picking up someone when there's no one directly in front of him, and it works out. I'm seeing the chat pop up.
And some great folks here in the chat tonight. We got Jack Walls in there, C. Pundy, Ray Agnola, Hop for App. And we'll get to some more folks in a second here. But right now, we've got some fun stuff on the field. Great sack there by Mike Fats Johnson against his former team. And sacks Christensen in the backfield here, Dan.
Yeah, no, Mike Fats Johnson, that would be his 7th sack of this season. He is a big boy, 6'7", 320 pounds, really just piling on through the line and forcing the Pride to punt away this ball.
An impressive third down sack there, forcing the punt, and Houston will get an opportunity here in the second half early on, as they only lost out on a minute and a half of game time. They will get the ball at the 21-yard line, and we've got some awesome folks in the chat tonight. We really do. DR Sim is in there as well. Realistin's Kumbaya. Who else am I missing here? HWJ 1512. Great folks in the chat tonight. We appreciate all of you guys coming out and chatting with us while watching this excellent game here on 11 Sports. 21-17. Your score now, as Houston will get an opportunity at the football. They will get a screen pass for a gain of 4, and that was out to Jamie Olawale.
Yeah, you know, picking up a nice 4. It really seems like Houston's been picking up a nice 4 if they're running with their ground game with the nice swing pass out to their fullback. But, I mean, they're getting yardage, and they're getting it very productively.
Another handoff to Warren Murray, going east and west, not north and south, and he's going to go south this time as he gets knocked down by Hunter Norwood in the backfield. He'll lose 2 or 3 yards on the play, and man, he was just trying to make something happen, just couldn't quite make it out of the backfield, Dan.
Yeah, Warren Murray trying to make something out of nothing. I understand he was looking for an opening, but after a certain time, you just have to commit, or else you're going to lose those 2 yards like you did.
4 wideouts to work with this time on 3rd and 8. 3 towards the top of the screen. Instead, it's a handoff to Warren Murray, and he plows ahead, almost gets first down yardage, but he's going to be marked just shy of the line to gain at the 30-yard line. Great play by the Pride defense to stop him in his tracks, and it's a 4th down.
Yeah, that's what you're not normally seeing out of Warren Murray. You know, just a full commit down the center, just no real shame, no spin moves, nothing fancy, just a full go. But they were 1 yard shy, which, I mean, that earlier play really come back to bit them, and now they got to punt it away.
Good hang time on the punt there as Tallahassee fields in. We'll only get maybe a couple on the play, and we'll take a short break. We'll see you on the other side as you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. Stick with us. Back in Houston, Texas, as the Pride are going to get another crack at the football here, up by 4, hoping to extend the lead on this impressive showing from the Houston Hyenas tonight. 7:51 to go here in the 3rd, as Christensen will throw it out to the far sideline, and he's got Gossett out there. As we get a look at Gossett's numbers, he's got a touchdown grab tonight.
Yeah, Ken Gossett, not really the one with that many yards. 7 catches, 27 yards, but he has the touchdown, which is all the difference maker really in the end. So, I mean, Tallahassee's, they've been producing, and but Houston has as well. It really seems like we thought this would be more of a defensive game, but both offenses have been showing up real well.
Yeah, back and forth all night long. 2nd and 5 for Christensen. Pressure coming. He's going to air it out to the far sideline. It should have been picked off there, but incomplete. Aiden Davis was right there waiting for the pass and couldn't quite reel it in.
Yeah, Aiden Davis, the 2nd pick in the rookie draft. My bad. He had 4 interceptions so far this season. I thought he was about to make it 5, but just couldn't get his hands on it.
And that was just tailor-made for him also. Just threw it right at him, it seemed.
It was his ball.
He's going to be doing some push-ups on the sideline later on, I'm sure. 3rd and 5. Christensen in trouble. He's going to throw it over the middle. How did he complete that? Out to the 46-yard line. I can't believe that one, Dan. Like, that one just blew my mind.
That was classic Christensen right there. Something I didn't believe could happen. He makes the impossible possible right there. You know, you had two defenders bearing down on you and you to thread the needle. But I mean, the 5-season veteran had it in hands. He had no worries as Grayson Willis, my God, I can't say his name tonight, has over a century mark.
Christensen pump fakes, throws it into coverage, still in the air, and falls incomplete finally. I'm not sure if any of the Houston Hyena defenders wanted that ball because it falls incomplete. Everybody had a chance here.
Game of hot potato, off the shoulder, off the back, off the arm, I think someone's foot, honestly, at one point. And it's just
everything.
The fact that no one came up with that ball is a real heartbreaker because that's impossible.
Be sure to like the SFL on Instagram at SimulationFL. Go ahead and give our partner Nation's Best Football a like while you're out there as well. They've got some great stuff, especially with the prep high school football season in full swing. 2nd and 10 now for the Pride. Another gutsy throw over the middle and a nifty one-handed grab by Gossett. And that's his 8th catch tonight, but man, he just doesn't have a ton of yards, and that's the reason he's just getting these little dink and dunk passes.
Yeah, that was a real weird throw and catch right there. You know, it's just the ball didn't really travel anywhere, but Ken Gossett sort of just jumped and grabbed it with one hand from maybe 2-3 yards.
3rd and 5. Christensen throws it in the middle. Another one-handed grab, this time by Grayson Willis, and he will extend the drive this time out to the 31-yard line for a first down.
Eric, right now, I really think the Pride are just trying to style on everyone. They've been trying to, you know, these nice little tricks and things we didn't think were possible, but, you know, it's the Pride, so I guess they just want to.
I just think that Grayson saw what old Kenny Gossett was doing. Hey, check me out. I can do that. I got a first down, too. Christensen going to air it out this time into coverage, and again, Grayson Willis going up there and making a catch that no one believed he could as he comes down with a 1st and goal.
See, Eric, I believe he could make that catch. I'm just surprised he kept his hands on the ball. I really thought that was going to be knocked down. You know, Anthony Wyo had his hands right there as well. I thought, no way. And now they're at Houston's 10, and they're very close to possibly extending this lead.
And we talked about these safeties as well. Like, you don't want to mess with these two safeties back there for Houston, and that's exactly what Christensen is doing. A little swing pass this time to A.J. Francis, but man, Houston was ready for it there as Everett Garrison makes a nice open field tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Everett Garrison really just laying down A.J. Francis. It wasn't a hard hit or anything. He was just like, you're coming down now, buddy. And you know, they got nowhere, losing a yard, actually.
2nd and long now for the Pride. Christensen has time. He's going to throw it into coverage and incomplete. That should have been picked off again. This time it was by one of the additional corners out there, Chidoli Awuzie, and couldn't quite reel that one in, Dan.
That was his ball, Eric. He had his hands. No one was near him. It was directly in his hands. He just sort of opened them up and it hit the ground. And now they're at 3rd 11.
Getting a look at the chat here is everybody enjoying what they're seeing on the field so far. Christensen steps up in the pocket, going to throw it to the back of the end zone. One-handed grab, touchdown Tallahassee.
I'm pretty sure now that 3 out of the 4 touchdowns Tallahassee has, they've just been deep in the end zone. Because they had the one deep pass for the touchdown, but the other 3, I'm almost positive right now, are these consistent, just deep in the end zone passes that Christensen loves, and it's working out for them. So I can't hate on it or anything. So it's working.
Honestly, though, that was a drive that should have never gotten to the point it did. Houston had 2 interceptions in their hands and couldn't reel them in. And as a result, Tallahassee able to finish the deal here as the extra point is up and through. 28-17 now, your score as the Pride lengthen their lead to 11. And that's the kind of stuff that, you know, Houston has been in a lot of close games this season, and that's a lot of the stuff that we've kind of seen from them. As we get a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule on 11 Sports, both these games going to be on the 11 Sports Network, so stay tuned. Starting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Eastern, Andy Hamilton and Eddie Gage will be in Mexico City, south of the border, for the Sparrows to take on the Aztecs. And then Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson will be in Buffalo for Chicago to take on Queen City at 8:30 Eastern. Both those games tomorrow on 11 Sports, so you definitely don't want to miss that.
Now you have to see if Houston's offense can really just say something back. They can call out Tallahassee's defense like Tallahassee's offense is calling out Houston's defense.
And they got time. It's not like they need to be in any rush at all, but yeah, they need to answer here and in a big way. That's not the answer they were looking for, though, as Tallahassee goes up and grabs the pick. What an impressive jump and catch there by Michael Sprouse, all 6 feet of him, just extending upward and grabbing the pass.
Yeah, that'll be his second interception of the season. When I said call out Tallahassee's defense, I didn't mean give them the ball, but ooh, that's a rough one right there. And a turnover like that can be a real game changer, and that could be the nail we don't see yet in the coffin.
At 100%, if Tallahassee can get a touchdown on this, that it'll be very, very hard for Houston to come back. But we have seen it happen as Christensen will throw it to the far sideline for a gain of 5. As, man, it's been the Grayson Willis show in Tallahassee tonight. 13 catches, 140 yards.
Yeah, whenever you're over that century mark, you know you've made it, and he's still going. He got plenty of time, too. I mean, Ken Gossett has the touchdown, I think 2 now, too, but he doesn't have that much yardage, which is always interesting to see.
2nd and 5 now from the 35. Christensen under center, pump fakes, throws it over the middle, complete once again. And he's just been completing these type of passes all night long as Hunter Jones gets in on the act and he extends the drive to the 23.
Yeah, I think one of Christensen's best qualities is that he really has no fear. Doesn't matter if people are bearing down on him or if a ball seems nigh impossible to get it there. He'll dot it anyway, and I think that's one of his greatest qualities and why he's one of the best receivers or quarterbacks in the league, my bad.
Christensen going to swing it out to A.J. Francis as the pocket was collapsing around him. Good play there by the Houston defense, getting in there and limiting the damage. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down.
I mean, we're seeing a little bit out of Francis, but as we keep saying, he hasn't really made much production this game. Houston has at least been able to shut down Francis consistently.
Christensen in the gun this time. He's going to throw it short on a little crossing route over to Grayson Willis. Couldn't quite get free of the defenders as he'll get dragged down short of the line to gain. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, you saw the nice little artillery lob right there by Christensen to Willis, and it was interesting to see, but now they're 3rd and 3. They're in the red zone. I mean, plenty of things they can do. Let's see if we see another backfield touchdown, or if they go for maybe A.J. Francis.
In the gun, 2 backs split out. Throwing to the far sideline, no one near him, and that's complete. That's going to be a 1st and goal for Tallahassee as Grayson Willis has been thrown to 19 times tonight, and he's gotten 15 of those reeled in.
I mean, when you see someone you like and how he's been producing all night, I'd keep giving it to Willis too.
First and goal now from the 9. A.J. Francis, the single back. Christensen, quick pass, and oh man, how did he complete that? Hunter Jones getting down at the 3 before he's leveled by the Houston defense, but I have no idea how Christensen completed that pass.
You know, I think we've been saying that a lot tonight, Eric, and I
feel like I've said it a few times.
I think it's come up just a little bit, you know, just mentioned.
Wow, 2nd and goal from the 3. 2:20 to go here in the 3rd. Christensen to pass again. He's going to throw it towards the near sideline. Gossett has it, and he's going the wrong way. Ken Gossett, what is happening right now?
If I
They're
could
going to call
turn
that
my
a touchdown,
head,
though.
they have to. I mean, his feet were in, and the ball.
Did the ball cross the goal line? I feel like it might have, but man, that was a head scratcher there.
I'm at a loss right now, Eric. He was in. I'm almost positive he was in, but he kept running and he's running the wrong
Yeah.
way. And
I guess he was ready to celebrate there, man. Oh man. All right. So touchdown Tallahassee. Douglas ready to kick the extra point, and it is up and through. So Tallahassee commanding 35-17 lead here in Houston. Can the Hyenas rebound? Watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. Stay with us. So after the craziest touchdown, well, no, I won't say that. That wasn't the craziest touchdown I've seen in the Simulation
Hottest
Football
touchdown, I think.
League. And it was a head scratcher. I was not certain what was going on that play. Tallahassee with 21 straight here to take a commanding 35-17 lead here in the heart of Texas, as Houston will get another crack at the ball. But man, they just have not had that same sort of momentum on offense as they turned the ball over last time around here, Dan.
No, I really think it's not the stats we see, but the stats we don't see. As you were just talking about earlier on the break, they had probably about 3 interception chances in a row, nonetheless, and they didn't even pick up one.
Yeah, just a series of unfortunate events for the Hyenas, and now they are down in a big way as Johnson with a deep drop. He's going to throw it into coverage again and couldn't quite get it to his receiver. Tallahassee almost had had several opportunities at a pick that time, doing their best Hyenas impression.
Yeah, Michael Sprouse real close to that ball, and that's not what you want right now. Another interception, it'd be just that much worse.
Yeah, definitely not what you need in this particular situation, but I completely understand where Kentez is coming from. He's trying to air it out and make things happen for his ball club as they're down 18 here late in the third with 2:04 left to go. Johnson to throw. Pressure coming. He'll throw it over the middle, complete, and that's a good gain of 6 out to the 36 where it's third down.
I mean, they have 4 to go, Eric. I really think they got to go back to Warren Murray. He can get those 4 yards. I know he can get those 4 yards. We've seen Kentez Johnson's numbers up there. 143 yards with 2 interceptions on the night.
Yeah, this is definitely Warren Murray territory, and a delayed handoff, and Tallahassee as they nail him in the backfield. Just about everybody was back there, as it's a loss of 1, and that forces another Houston punt.
Yeah, just as you were saying, they were super ready for that play. Everyone was already in the backfield. The loss of time with the delay, there was nothing Murray could do right there.
Yeah, not a single thing, and Houston still not able to get any points on the board after Tallahassee again has scored 21 straight.
If they can't put a stop to this next drive, they really only have a quarter left to do anything. And that's if it's another point-scoring drive, it's not going to be fun. We're seeing the top 6 show up. Baltimore, Seattle, and Denver. Denver just coming off a win against the Fury. They're all now tied for first at 8-1. Tallahassee 7-2, trying to move up to 8-2 if they win this. Currently tied with Mexico City at 7-2, and then you see Chicago sitting down there at 6th with 6-2.
And those are the top 6 there. And again, we've talked about this a little bit. Tallahassee just fighting for position there is honestly, we'll have to crunch the numbers and figure out who actually owns the tiebreaker with those top 6 teams there, as they are all within shouting distance of each other. Shoot, they're all within whispering distance of each other. And Houston just trying to remain relevant here in the playoff conversation.
Yeah, right now they're just trying to reach out and touch each other, but Houston's got to do a pole vault right now to catch up to him.
2nd and 5 now for Tallahassee. Christensen to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle, crossing route, and got a gain about 3 or 4 on the play, as that will probably be the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah, burn down the clock. You saw Grayson Willis and I think that was Hunter Jones right there, both over the century mark right now. Ken Gossett has touchdowns, but he really hasn't caught the ball very far.
Impressive showing by the Pride, again scoring 21 answered. 35-17 your score. Everybody get your fours up. We'll be right back. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. Stay with us. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is brought to you by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help hashtag secure the bag. By ScoreStream, official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel in the exclusive SFL shop provider. And by Splygo, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. Once again, AIRVUZ.com. Eric Vincent alongside Dan Mitchell here in the fourth quarter of action in Houston, Texas, as Tallahassee gets yet another first down run. Actually, not another yet another first down run. That's actually been a rarity tonight, but another first down for the Pride.
Yeah, they have plenty of first downs, Eric, but I think that's probably his first or second first down run out of AJ Francis this game.
Yeah, 100%. Francis has not been very effective tonight. It's been all Christian Christensen and his variety of weapons in the form of wide receivers. As we get another look at those weapons there, Grayson Willis has been very, very popular tonight as he gets another catch out to the 47.
Yeah, I mean they've been effective. You know, you can't sleep on Grayson Willis or Ken Gossett this game at all, and that's why the score is where it is. You know, they got some beautiful backfield touchdowns. We're seeing Christian Christensen's stats coming out right here: 323 yards and 5 touchdowns. So bringing him up to 28 touchdowns on the season so far.
Christensen airs it out to Gossett on the far sideline, and he'll complete that pass and get the first down to boot into Houston territory out to the 43-yard line. Want to keep you updated on the other Simulation Football League game going on right now, 20-13. 27-16, excuse me, the score now with Vancouver and St. Louis, and that is going on over on the Twitch channel for the Simulation Football League. So go ahead and check that out as well. First and 10 now from the 43. Christensen having to get rid of it pretty quickly, and he'll get it out 36-yard line, gain of 7 there, as that's Stackhouse with another catch. He had a touchdown grab earlier.
Yeah, the Stackhouse with a nice backfield touchdown grab. They've been loving to throw when they're near that end zone, and they're throwing it out to, again, Tallahassee's just been putting out production very efficiently tonight. You know, they're switching in between these nice out routes to a short slant, but then when you're not expecting it, they're throwing that deep ball just for a nice chunk play.
2nd and 3, I formation. Christensen to throw again. He's going to air it out deep, and he's got his man Ken Gossett with a nifty one-handed grab behind the defense. Sets up a 1st and 10 from the 13.
Yep, Eric, I think I just said it, but when you're not expecting it, they throw the nice chunk throw out deep, and now they're very much in the red zone and very ready, possibly to extend this lead even further, which put a big nail in the coffin for Houston. They got 9-ish minutes left. You know, when they get the ball back, maybe 8:30, 8:35-ish. It's not that much time.
No, not a whole lot. And man, it just seems like Houston is reeling at this point as A.J. Francis gets the handoff, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 3 as we get a look at the running back numbers today. Warren Murray, very, very good on the ground. 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. A.J. Francis basically just kind of showing up and going through the motions here, but really not his fault at all. Christensen has just been slinging it all game long. 2nd and 7. Christensen towards the near sideline, incomplete. And Aiden Davis was out there on coverage. Could have reeled in another pick, and he had an opportunity like that earlier.
Yeah, I believe that was his 2nd or possibly even 3rd. I think he was in the whole hot potato stack earlier, and they've been getting real close, and it's really coming back to bite them. They've had plenty of opportunities for turnovers, but they just can't commit to it. They aren't grabbing the ball, which, I mean, they're still in the end zone now at 3rd and 7.
To hold Tallahassee to a field goal would be a huge victory here for the Houston defense. Let's see if they can do it here on 3rd and 7. Christensen to throw. He's going to throw again to the near sideline, and it's another touchdown. This time to Hunter Jones.
Bringing it up to the score to 41-17, 42, pending the extra point. There's really not much Houston can do right now, but as long as they do something, try to keep the game alive, you know. If you're going to go down, might as well go down hard and go down fighting. But we'll have to see. This is the SFL. Crazy things have happened before. No one knows.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Dan. We never really know what's actually going to happen. But, shoot, this is not looking good for Houston here as Tallahassee has now scored 28 straight points. And they are up 42-17 here in the final frame. Stick with us as Houston's going to get the ball back on the other side of the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live on 11 Sports. And Tallahassee scoring yet again. And we mentioned 28 straight points here for the Pride as they've taken an even larger commanding lead deep in the heart of Texas here in Houston. 42-17 your score. Eric Vincent alongside Dan Mitchell here in Houston as the Hyenas will get another opportunity at the football. And, man, they just have not had the same momentum that they did in the first half, Dan.
Yeah, no, I think I want to give it back to Warren Murray. I really want to see more of him, but at the same time, burning the clock is not what Houston wants to do right now.
No, 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 no. They want to get up and down the field in a hurry, but man, Warren Murray has been the weapon for the Hyenas today. Kentez Johnson in the gun. He's got a back on either side of him. Johnson to throw. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field, and that's caught for a first down as they move out to the Houston 43-yard line. That's big bad Leroy Brown with another catch.
We haven't seen much of Leroy Brown, have we, Eric? I mean, we've been mentioning his name every once in a while, but he hasn't shown up on the field, or at least not had the ball in his hand as much as I would think the Hyenas would want him to get involved.
Yeah, he's had a couple catches tonight, but not to the point. Again, they've gotten Warren Murray the ball. He's been their workhorse pretty much all night long when they've had successful drives, and it just hasn't really converted for them here in the second half as Johnson is changing things up at the line. He's coming out in a 9 formation. Tallahassee stacking the box. And good penetration there by the Pride defensive front as they get in there in a hurry, and Warren Murray is able to get back to the line of scrimmage somehow, some way.
Yeah, it really seemed like the whole offensive line just broke down as the defensive line broke through and just was a real spearhead into stopping Murray right on the line.
And that was Taquan Hale getting in there with the penetration. Again, more penetration from Hale. And Warren Murray only able to get a yard on the play. This Tallahassee Pride defense, I think, knows that Warren Murray is the bell cow for this team, and they want to put a stop to it.
Yeah, they know that he's the star so far of this game, and Houston has to go the air as much as they don't want to, I think, right now.
3rd and 9 now from the 44. 6:45 to go in the ball game. Johnson under center. Murray the single back. 7-step drop. Johnson's in trouble. Spins around. Throws it down to Brown, who's got it as he dives to the turf for the reception. As we get a look at the two quarterback numbers tonight. And man, Chris is just airing it out tonight. But man, Kentez Johnson has made some great throws tonight as well.
Oh yeah, you've had great throws out of Kentez Johnson, but Kristen Christensen just adding on. He's still the first in pass yards in the league. He's just adding on to it that much more tonight. See, he just stays up there at that number 1 spot.
That was an impressive throw there from Kentez, though. Absolutely, as he's going to throw again. Nowhere to go. Checks it down to Warren Murray, who speeds out of the backfield, avoids 2 tacklers, and eventually gets ushered out of bounds at the Tallahassee 35-yard line. Good gain of 8 there on 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's the Murray we're used to seeing, picking up a great chunk of yards right there, pushing on through the defenders. The only thing really stopping him was out of bounds, and he got really just pushed on out there, as you said. Have to see if they can keep that up, and I mean, they really need to stop this clock.
2nd and 2 now, offset eye. Johnson changing things up once again. And Tallahassee jumps off sides. It'll be a free play and a first down regardless as Warren Murray plows ahead. He gets the first down, but I think they'll take the penalty and get a little extra yardage on top of that.
Yeah, he picked up probably, I think it was 2 or 3 yards, and they'll get the 5 from it.
Kevin Bain trying to get in there a little bit too quickly as he is whistled for the infraction. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hyenas on the 30-yard line as we got about 5.5 minutes to go here in the ball game.
1st and 10 from the Pride 30-yard.
Johnson comes out in an I formation. Another handoff to Warren Murray, who gets stood upright at the line. Great defensive presence by the Pride as J.R. Lawless and Stucco Lamano get in there for the stop.
Yeah, the Pride's really dialing on Murray. They know Hyenas want to use him, and they're not letting him go anywhere.
And again, this is just continuing to milk the clock, so it's just playing right into the Pride's hands currently as they are just putting an end to Warren Murray's night as Johnson is going to throw. He'll throw it in the middle of the field, and that's caught by the Hall of Famer D.R. Sim. No, I take that back. That's one of the extra wide receivers. That's Barry Bergen's getting in there with the catch. 1st and 10 from the 12. Johnson making some adjustments at the line. 4:30 to go. Johnson checking it down to Murray, who bobbles the ball and can't reel it in as he gets greeted by Succo Lamano in the backfield. Incomplete, second down.
Yeah, that's just a real heartbreaker right there, Eric. You know, you're trying your hardest just to at least make the score a little bit closer, and you're just dropping the ball off a nice, easy catch. And I mean, stop the clock.
They did stop the clock. Yes, that is a small victory to kind of pull from that situation. As we got 4:22 to go here in the ball game, second down. Johnson takes the snap, throws it far sideline. He's got an open man, and he will slide out of bounds. Excuse me, at the 6-yard line. 3rd and 5 coming up. That's Leroy Brown with another catch.
Yeah, I mean, they're real close right now. I wouldn't give it to Murray because they have his number. But maybe pulling something out, maybe pull a Pride and, you know, throw it deep in the back of the end zone. We'll have to see, though.
Johnson with bunched wide receivers towards the top of the screen. 7-step drop. He's going to throw it to the middle of the end zone and dropped. Could not complete the catch. That was Bergens once again, and it falls incomplete, 4th down.
That's just not what you want to see. Seems like everything's just falling apart. Hyena side, Eric, you know, a catch, no one's really on you from the front. You know, they're all behind you. Just got to turn around and catch it, and you drop it. I mean, just really a shame.
It was a great job by Johnson to find Bergens in that mess there of bodies in the middle of the end zone. And just to see him drop the football, that's definitely disappointing for sure. 4th down. Hyenas have to go for it. Pressure's coming. Johnson spins out, and he's going to be sacked. Actually, it's going to be an incomplete pass. Kevin Bain getting in there and applying the pressure, forcing the incompletion.
And that should be around it, depending how long. I mean, Tallahassee's, they've been airing it out a lot. You never know when they're going to maybe score another one.
That's 100% true. They haven't really been running the football a ton, but they will get the football here on their own 6-yard line with 4:11 to go here. And I'm kind of with you, Dan. I think that was pretty much the ball game right there, unless something insane happens. Christensen to throw. He's going to throw towards the near sideline here, and falling backwards is Willis as he comes back to the football and will plow ahead to the 12 for a gain of 4.
Yeah, Willis really getting some backwards yardage right there. I was really impressed actually by how far back he got. But I mean, right now I think he's just trying to stay in bounds, keep running this clock down.
As you mentioned, clock continuing to roll. It actually stops momentarily here at 4:06. 2nd and 4. Christensen handoff to AJ Francis, and man, that was probably the best run we've seen at AJ Francis tonight. He hasn't had a ton of action on the ground, but that was a good run up the middle of the field for a 1st down.
Yeah, real nice punch up the middle, keep the clock running. Really, that's the AJ Francis I think we're used to seeing. We just haven't really seen tonight. Good to know he still has that mojo in him, and he can pick up what he needs as we see the clock keep running down. 3:50. Not that much time left in this ball game. Grayson Willis right there. Received 18 yards or 165 yards. 18 receptions for 165 yards, my bad. Good chunk of yardage right there by him.
Having 18 receptions in one game is pretty crazy as well.
Definitely. That's a good chunk of targets right there.
AJ Francis with another nifty handoff. Kind of makes you wonder what happened, like why they weren't giving AJ Francis the ball all game long.
Yeah, we were seeing him shut down so much earlier, and now we're just seeing normal AJ Francis coming up, picking 8 yards like it's nothing, and wonder where was this all game.
So 2nd and 2 now for the Pride as the clock creeps below 3 minutes to go here. Christensen doing a good job making the play clock bleed all the way down. Christensen's going to air it out, though, into coverage and intercepted. 2 scoops, Eddie Gage got the interception there. The Hall of Famer will bring it out to the 33-yard line of Tallahassee, and that was the rare mistake that we've seen from Christensen tonight.
Yeah, you don't really see Christensen throw the ball. Really, it looked like, I couldn't tell. It really looked like Eddie had that ball and that route dead on. As Christensen underthrew the ball, which is super rare for him. I mean, Houston gets the ball back. They're on Tallahassee's 33 now, sort of knocking on the red zone. At least maybe can put up something.
2:35 left to go here. You are right, knocking on the door from the 33. Johnson to throw. He's going to throw near sideline, caught by DR Sim as he walks out of bounds at the 26-yard line, second down.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of out routes. They're going to keep this clock stopped as much as they can. I mean, maybe they'll give it to Warren Murray every once in a while just to pick up a few yards, but I don't think we're going to expect to see much of him left in this game.
The Pride, 26-yard.
7 in the box for the Pride. Johnson under center. Johnson, 5-step drop, going to enter it out deep to the far sideline. Tipped in, incomplete. Good coverage out there by the Pride secondary. That was, who was that out there? One of the extras, I believe. Lenny Owens getting in there and making his presence felt.
Yeah, real big bobble right there. I mean, he almost had it on him, but now we see 3rd and 3 on the 26. Houston got to do something.
Two backs in the backfield for Johnson. He's going to sling it out to Warren Murray out of the backfield. Good spin move there as he stood up right at the line to gain. He will get the first down as he powers ahead to the 22-yard line. Houston going no huddle, all 3 timeouts for the Hyenas. Johnson to Leroy Brown as he is close to another first down, gain of 9. They will not get another play off before the 2-minute warning here as Houston is knocking on the door, but this one pretty much in hand. Stay with us. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, live at 11 Sports. We'll be right back. In Houston, as Tallahassee pretty much has this one in the bag, but the Hyenas are trying to get some points on the board here to end the ball game. 2nd and 1 now. Johnson to Warren Murray. Has one guy to beat. Can he hit the pylon? He does. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Real nice run up the side right there. You know, he barely had any room to move at all, and I think he touched it, the pylon right there on the out of bounds and the end zone at the same time. They gave him the touchdown. Pending extra point puts them up to 24. At least brings this just a little bit closer of a game.
That's honestly one of my favorite flexes in football. Just reaching the ball out, tapping the pylon as you're crossing the goal line. Like I love seeing that. That's one of my favorite things to see.
Do it because you can, not because you have to.
Yes, 100%. Bad snap, and the extra point is blocked. Tallahassee fielded the football, and they could have easily gone the other way. They call it a dead ball. No opportunity to advance it on the extra point there. Otherwise, it could have easily been 2 points to Tallahassee, which is kind of how the game has been going for the Pride.
Yeah, that was, you know, when we say pending extra point, we normally expect it, but you never know. You never know.
You do never know. 42-23 the score as Houston attempts the onside kick. Ball is still on the turf. Tallahassee eventually falls on it and covers it up. But man, oh man, it was looking like Houston had a real opportunity there. And that's been the storyline for Houston tonight.
Yeah, they're so close. They've had so many missed opportunities, just as you said. I mean, so many almost interceptions. You know, that onside was super close. blocked extra point. It's just it hurts a bit.
Yeah, this one will hurt for Houston as they will fall to 2-7 as the second team is in for Tallahassee. As Curtis Young will make his way out onto the field, and he completed a 3-yard pass there. So 2nd down and 7, but the clock is frozen at 1:48 here.
Yeah, you see Grayson Willis, who I've had trouble pronouncing his name all day for some reason, out on the sidelines. They're seeing Tallahassee's backups on the offense.
Impressive showing by Tallahassee here in the second half as they rattled off 28 straight points at one point in time. 28 unanswered points, excuse me, as Houston burns their first time out there. They'll have 2 remaining with 1:42 left to go here in the ball game. Want to make you guys aware again, we've got 2 more games in this week 10 action. Week 11 starting on Sunday on the 11 Sports Network. I want to make you guys aware Mexico City is going to be the next game we've got on the slate. Sioux Falls will travel south of the border to take on the Aztecs, and Chicago will travel to Buffalo to take on the Queen City Corsairs. Both those games tomorrow night on the 11 Sports Network.
And it's just more teams fighting for playoff position right there. Remember, Mexico City and Chicago are both up there in that top 6, so they're fighting for that seeding position. Every other team just trying to either stay alive or really fight for that middle position.
And as we mentioned, this will hurt Houston for sure as they'll fall to 2-7. Tallahassee will improve to 8-2 as Houston brings pressure on the punt there. Tallahassee going to down that inside the 5, actually right at the 5-yard line. So not a great starting field position to finish things off here for Houston. Tallahassee, only 2 more games to go. As they will play both those games at home in the Lions Den. One of them being against the Mexico City Aztecs, and that will be the regular season finale for the Pride. The other one being against the Queen City Corsairs. Kenta is going to throw it deep into coverage and incomplete. He was looking for DR Sim, who might have had a step there, but I think it was just a hash underthrown.
Yeah, just a little bit out there. You see, they're really just trying to get something out there, pad the stats a bit as the deep throw by Kentez Johnson right there. And we see it now, 2nd and 10 on the 5. See what happens with this minute 22nd left.
I formation for the Hyenas. Johnson to throw. He's going to sling it out to Murray, who bobbles it, can't reel it in, and it got picked off by the corner there. As looked like Murray and the corner both had opportunities at that ball. 3rd down.
Yeah, that's Murray's 2nd bobble of the game so far. It really did look like that could have turned even uglier really quick if that corner got his hands on that ball.
Houston with 3 more games on their schedule. They will travel to Chicago to the Thunderdome to take on the Chicago Wildcats. And the final 2 games of their regular season will be at home here in Houston, as Johnson completes another pass to Leroy Brown, and they burn their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, they're 4th and 1 now. I mean, might as well go for it. There's no real loss from going for it right now.
I mean, with the score being what it is, you might as well go for it, right? I mean, there's really no harm in it.
Yeah, I mean, just give it to Murray and see what happens.
Johnson under center. Murray is the single back. Murray pump fakes. He's going to throw it over the middle of the field, and that's caught. 1st down out to the 30-yard line. Well, they'll go no huddle. Catch was made by Dante Woodson. Johnson going to sling it out to Murray, who stays in bounds and zooms ahead to the 39-yard line. Well, he'll get ushered out of bounds as we get a look at Leroy Brown and Warren Murray's numbers today, the 2 leading receivers for the Hyenas.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen some great sprint action right there out of Murray. He really turned on the afterburners, but right now it's just some end game garbage time.
Seems like he had a little bit of a second wind there because he was looking a little slow a little bit earlier on in the second half, but he's definitely turned it on here within the last few possessions. Johnson to throw. He's going to throw it deep, and he had a man behind the defense. Couldn't quite air it out enough to get over them. So it's going to be a third down.
3rd and 1. I mean, realistically, they have 2 chances left if they go for the 4th again, which I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, 1 yard away, could just give it to Murray again, see what happens. Maybe he can punch something.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's a bad idea at all. Just to get the first down and then see what happens afterward. Johnson to throw though, and his man had the reception there. Giesling just couldn't quite reel it in coverage. It was a good job there by Tallahassee Pride to force the incompletion.
Yeah, the rookie wide receiver who's a week 8 signing. I don't think we really saw much of him. Maybe 1 or 2 receptions this game. We see him just drop that ball. He had his hands on it, got hit, just couldn't keep him long.
Yeah, he's the returner for Houston, and he's had a lot of action in that asset of the ball game, but not a ton of opportunities being thrown his way as they hit another 4th down. 47 seconds left to go here. Johnson in trouble. He'll throw it back across his body to Warren Murray, who has the completion, and he'll get plenty of yardage out to the Tallahassee 49. Clock continuing to roll. Houston with 1 timeout. Johnson airing it out deep. He's got a man wide open as he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Bringing the score back up a bit, padding the stats a bit right there for Leroy Brown, giving him another touchdown.
And he's had a pretty good ball game as well.
No, once they got him involved a little bit, I think it was later in the game, probably second half-ish. He had a few catches the first half. He picks up good yardage. You can't sleep on bad Leroy Brown. That's for sure.
Baddest man in the whole damn town.
I want to say 10 and 30 for the extra point, but
we don't know. We don't know.
After last extra point, I want to say that.
We'll see if it's a good snap this time around. It is a good snap, and it's up and through. So 42-30 now the score, as Houston will attempt the onside kick with 24 seconds left to go.
Yeah, I mean, 12-point deficit, not nearly as bad as it was when we probably started the 42-21, I believe it was.
I believe so, yeah. We'll see if Houston can get this one. The last one was pretty dicey. This one dicey as well. Ball is on the turf, but Tallahassee able to fall on it finally. But man, oh man, both those onside kicks, they were not the cleanest on Tallahassee's end.
They really weren't. That one was just behind the last defender. If anyone was back there, they probably could have picked it up, but no one was there. So Tallahassee still walks away with the ball and walks away with the game. Victory formation out there.
And Houston will burn their final timeout here with 21 seconds left to go. And both teams did a really good job tonight. I think that Tallahassee just had the wherewithal to kind of weather the storm and get their second win here in the second half.
And you're seeing Christensen stats: 373 yards and 6 touchdowns. Nothing to scoff at. That's a great quarterback right there for Tallahassee. Coming out, no more timeouts left. Tallahassee wins.
I don't think there's any question who the player of the game is going to be, and it's definitely going to be Christian Christensen, being the player of the game at the tail end of this here. I'm not sure. I mean, you could go the wide receiver route as we get the final score, 42-30, as Tallahassee gets their 8th win of the season. You could go the wide receiver route and give it to, I believe it's Grayson Willis, that has had all those catches tonight, but I think it'll be Christensen.
Yeah, See the passing yards, 377 to 324. Rushing yards, big difference, 57 to 119. A lot of those Tallahassee yards came later on at the end of the game by AJ Francis. And total yards was just about the same too. You know, it was an interesting game. Houston definitely came out big, and they came out with some huge splashes I don't think anyone was expecting, but it just seemed like they couldn't keep their stamina up while Tallahassee, you know, weathered everything that was going on, coming out the monolith of the group they are, and they weathered it and came out with 42 to 30. You know, Houston picking up some touchdown at the end of the game, fourth quarter, about 2 more touchdowns. It was interesting to watch. You know, Houston just has to keep up what they were doing in the beginning. Warren Murray, once again, showing that he's definitely not a halfback you want to mess with, Eric.
No, he was the bell cow for Houston as that first drive there kind of just proved that he got, I think he got every touch legitimately on that first drive. Whether it was rushing the ball or through the air.
I completely agree with that. I don't think anyone else touched that ball the entire first drive, and he came out with a touchdown, which was very surprising, but also very good for him. And, you know, maybe we saw more of that, but they move it around. It was just a few missed opportunities, I really think, for Houston. You know, they had plenty of touches for interceptions on the defense, but nothing came out with it. Not a single one, really. I think they had maybe 1 or 2 interceptions the entire game. And those were more just step up and stand touchdowns instead of the missed touchdowns they had with easy catches. But we'll have to see. Tallahassee moving up 8-2. You know, they're secure for the playoffs, while Houston's they're dead in the water, kind of, and we'll have to see what happens later on the season. We got 2 more games this week, and we got week 11 coming up next week. It's coming out to the end of season 13, Eric.
Right, it's crazy. Like, I can't believe that we're already at that point as we get a look at the player of the game. That is Christian Christensen, who threw the ball almost 60 times tonight, 373 yards, 6 touchdown passes, and a 113.6 quarterback rating. Well, on behalf of Dan Mitchell, executive producer and commissioner Cameron Irvine, I am Eric Vincent. I want to thank you for checking out this presentation of the Simulation Football League. And stay tuned to 11 Sports coming up tomorrow night. We will have 2 more games for you again. Sioux Falls will visit Mexico City, and Chicago will visit Queen City at 6 and 8:30 Eastern Time, respectively. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow.